Yuri stories usually go in one of two directions. It's either so sweet it makes you long for the relationship you never had, or makes you Yuri stay the night unlimited waterworks for the relationship you never had. Fortunately for the weekly cleansing of your eyes, the summer you were there is the latter. It's okay, the former is also provided as a consolation prize. In this story full of tragedy, PTSD, love, and a relationship that breaks your heart like no other, there is one common ground that unites us all. Bocchi. Hoshikawa Shizuku is a depressed, social anxiety-driven high school girl with no friends. She like me! But she's far worse than Bocchi. Traumatized by her own past actions, rather than being lonely, longing for a relationship, she believes it's best for her to stay away from people. She's genuinely scared of forming a connection with people, and she thought her existence would only bring pain to those around her. But a single coincidence saved her from irrational actions: the meeting of the special one, Asaka Kaori. See, Shizuku is a novel writer, and she'd planned to end it all after finishing her novel, but somehow, someway, she ran into Kaori, and this gremlin was like, "Ooh, book!" and took it. She just took it! Truly, she has the mysterious god charm. God, I have so much licorice and brain rot. I can't believe this is the first thing that came to my mind when scripted. After Kaori forcefully barges into Shizuku's personal space and leaves absolutely no room for Jesus, things happen, and they start a pretend love with the idea that these two will pretend to be a couple for just the course of one summer. I think you know where this is going. The summer you were there is not a special story. By all means, tropes are used and there basically isn't a single plot twist that surprised me in the slightest. But what invoked this special feeling in me is how beautifully it encapsulates the idea of love. In a somewhat yet different way to bloom into you, it isn't a simple, "Wow, you helped me, I love you," or "I feel I have a connection to you," or "I want to lose my virginity, please fuck me in the ass." It's very well love between two people who saved each other's lives, taught each other the meaning of each other's life, and what it means to live on. That's why the many breakdowns of both Shizuku and Kaori destroyed my fleeting soul so much. Shizuku used to be a very outspoken, confident person. Just speak what's on your mind. Speak what the rest of the class is afraid to say. Brutal honesty, if you will. It seemed like others would always agree with her. After all, being direct with your feelings is a good thing, right? But there was one girl, Yuri, where she took it too far. God damn it, she had to be named Yuri after I make this video. She would constantly berate her, not because she meant to insult her, but that's just how she felt. That's what she was told to be the right thing to do, until everyone turned on her. She was just a bully. All she'd been doing was bully Yuri. Bocchi the bully! With the entire grade against her, she spent the next years in isolation, believing she was always wrong. Her self-esteem came crashing down and she feared social interaction. Bocchi with a traumatic past and never met Kesokubando. I need to stop. What if she hurt someone without realizing it again? She deserved to be alone. At least that's what she thought, until Kaori met her. Shizuku's story shows a very clearly warped view of the world because of her trauma. You see a lot of monologues, and instead of the stuttering of Bocchi, it's just a lot of self-deprecation. Whenever there's a situation, she always manages to twist it into, "I hate myself. This is my fault. I don't deserve this." And I think it's a pretty good representation of how self-loathing people think. As much as being a weeb is a mental disability, I'm sure many of us think about things way deeper than we can express it out loud to others. Many of these thoughts never leave our inner voice, and that's why when you have a negative mindset, it's very easy to spiral into a negative feedback loop in your own head. Trying to apologize to someone? I'm sure I'm only doing this for my self-satisfaction. I'm so selfish. Someone bought you a gift. I can't believe I wasted someone's time and money on a piece of garbage like me. Eating Skittles with a spoon? I make such bad life choices, I deserve to fucking choke on the spoon. One particular part of the story that really stood out to me was when Kaori made Shizuku go hiking to the mountains with her sister. This invitation really surprised Shizuku's sister because Shizuku is, well, less active than me. And that's saying something. It's then revealed that Shizuku's family was really worried about her after the bullying and shunning incident. Shizuku would lock herself up in her room, refusing to communicate, and just trap herself within her own thoughts. Yet her family tried so hard to help her. Even them getting a dog was to help her go out more, to feel better. It never really occurred to me how dangerous your own line of thoughts can be to yourself. You always see the generic, "Your voice will be heard, you are loved." on the internet, on hotlines, but I think to many people, it's difficult to internalize this. I mean, it's just some line printed on a web page. The ChatGPT could come up with shit like that. Yet, I think this short chapter shows this phenomenon really well. It's easy to run away from the pain, to think no one cares about you, to become blind to the external world, but a lot of the time, you are the one shutting people off. You're the one not letting people help you. Because in real life, most of us don't have a batshit crazy extrovert like Kaori or Chisato who would forcefully drag you out of your shell. God, as much as I love her in the anime, I am not getting within a 20-mile radius of someone that spins me in public like Beyblade. If you don't say how you feel, no one can understand what you're actually thinking. And this phenomenon is exactly what happened to Shizuku. It's afterwards that she realized the people that cared about her, loved her, were around her all along. She just never looked outside of herself. Little by little, Kaori managed to show Shizuku a new world, change her viewpoints and self-loathing, that it was okay to atone for her sins and live on. With the help of Kaori, Shizuku even manages to face her past demons and apologize to Yuri. While things aren't perfect, it's because of Kaori that Shizuku finally managed to believe from the heart that she wasn't this despicable monster that deserved to die. Her presence doesn't hurt those around her. She deserved to be loved. What started as a forced pretend love had blossomed into the summer of a true love. Kaori's story, well, that's a whole different beast. Kaori, since a young age, has been terminally ill. Oh, for fuck's sake, not again! Honestly, I don't have much to say about her story. It's the generic sick girl story. You've seen Your Lie in April, you've seen I Want to Eat Your Fucking Pancreas, you get it, go sob. What I do find special is the love between Shizuku and Kaori. Just as Kaori managed to save Shizuku from ending herself, managed to show Shizuku that it's okay for her to live on. Shizuku, through her novels, helps Kaori not regret being born, even with this illness. There's a lot of details that goes into heavy spoiler territory and I'd rather you guys read it yourself, but essentially, Shizuku gave Kaori a reason to live. That daily part of her novel Shizuku shows Kaori is what gives her her daily dose of happiness. Shizuku's novel gave Kaori something she resonated with, something she connected with, a something she couldn't find in real life. And that's what helped her push through her life. This manga is only a mere 32 chapters. It's easily readable in one session. There are many things I felt reading the whole story, such as understanding the self-isolation of Shizuku, or the pain of watching a loved one go through a terminal illness. But the thing that really made this story special to me is the way love is portrayed. There's no horny bait, there's no sex scene. Hell, the two don't even have that much physical intimacy. But the emotional connection is something special. They both call each other their savior in life, and seeing the whole story, I really don't think it's an exaggeration. Love is a beautiful thing. Okay, I know I sound like I'm about to spill some Disney ass shit. Stay with me. In the many romance anime I've seen, there's always this emphasis on he like her, she likes him. Yes, they do talk about their emotions, but many of them, even the good ones, focus on the chemistry between two characters, having cute interactions to make us want them to get together, to make us go, hey, they kissed! Yes! And rightfully so, there's nothing wrong with this. That's how most couples are formed in real life. But I never felt it that much in this story. Becoming a couple never felt like the yay, end goal, they got together! It was simply a love story because of their emotional connection. How they quite literally saved each other. And this makes me see Shizuku and Kaori's love in a completely different light from what I do to most romance anime. I think this is why I say it triggered a similar feeling to when I read Bloom Into You, the only other romance fiction that's made me feel this way. While other romance anime triggered this feeling in me, I never felt anything super fluffy reading this story. It manages to make me feel like love is something grander than that. Something that can just change your life, save your life in a flash, just because of one miraculous meeting, one miraculous connection. Even though love is such a commonly seen thing in both real life and fiction, the love portrayed here really invoked that feeling that love is special. I guess what I want to say is, love is a beautiful thing. Regardless of time and space, it can change you into someone you never thought you could be. And someone, within just a single summer, changed Shizuku forever. That's why, hey, if you keep living on, I'm sure you'll meet someone that can change you for the rest of your life.